Welcome everyone to an epic episode of The Heart of the Artist. I am so happy to share with you that this is our reunion episode. This first 6 months has been an incredible ride. We have met some amazing, incredible, and just talented, funny, smart, strong, just all of the accolades you can think of. These women are deserving of those, and so excited to have so many of them in this space today, and to get to share as a group of strong creatives. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. So to lead off, Catalyst and I, we want to dedicate this show to our friend, Gustav Salus the Magus. He was the one that I went to when I initially had the idea for the show. He had just started Chaos Magic on the Open Minds Open Mic platform. And I had this idea, and I originally conceived it as something kind of like The View, where Catalyst and Thomas's mom and myself would, the three of us together, would interview female poets. And Thomas's mom had some things going on that it wasn't really, in her flow to do it right then. And, Catalyst said, no, I really like the back end production kind of things better than the front end of things. So yeah, let's do it. And you be the mouthpiece and I'll be the make everything magic happen on the back end. And that was how it came about. And New Year's Eve, we were in the space, open mic, open mind Zoom room, having just way too much fun than is probably legal in most states. And Debbie was in there too. And I said, hey guys, I have this idea. And Thomas and Catalyst were like, that's a dope idea. And we were like, hey, Debbie, you want to be our first guest? And she said, yeah, sure. And that was how it started. And like that was New Year's Eve. And our show was January 2nd. So not very much time. And of course, I think it's fitting that today is July 2nd. So exactly, 7 months or 6 months later. And just, it was such an amazing conversation. Went into it not having any plan. In fact, an hour before that show, I went to Thomas and said, I really haven't been able to get in touch with Debbie to come up with a list of questions to ask her. And so I'm just going to wing it. And it's either going to be awesome or it's going to be shit. And I hope you're okay with that. And Debbie, you were such a lovely, empathetic, wonderful person for me to um, uh, be my training wheels. Like you, we just vibed. It was such a great conversation. And just, oh, yeah, you always remember your first. So yeah, but that's how the Heart of the Artist started. And so I went back through all of the conversations and I made some notes, and I'd like to sort of take a minute to give each one of you some flowers, because you truly have influenced and affected and made me a better human. I know, Teresa, I'm a crybaby. I hear you thinking it. I know it. I know it. I love you, Teresa. So yeah, so I'm gonna just start off. I'm gonna go in order. And yeah, so um again, Debbie, from you, I learned that beautiful things happen when you just kind of let go of the script and just go with the flow and vibe. And our conversation had this wonderful sort of stream of consciousness flow to it. And I credit that to you. You're just such a beautiful spirit and so generous and warm. And I couldn't have asked for a better partner for that first conversation. So thank you for that. Ma Dukes, of course, we know each other really well as friends. Ma Dukes was my roommate for a time in North Carolina, so she knows me in ways that nobody else does. And so it was interesting to do the interview coming from a place of having a deep knowledge of you And one of the favorite things from our conversation was the thread where we were talking about how you embrace your feminine and your masculine attributes and how that corresponds to your journey on the red road. And it was just so beautiful to listen to you talk about, the duality of your two sides of your heart and yourself. If anyone hasn't seen that, it's such a beautiful exploration of that. So thank you for that. Sophia Falco can't be here today, and I told her that I wanted to read one of her poems, which I have marked. And so I'm going to go ahead and read that. This is from her book, Chronicles of Cosmic Chaos in the Fourth Dimension, Poems by Sophia Falco. And this is called Timely or Timeless. Having written countless poems, knowing the truth that there are actually good or bad poems, despite a smile, there is a difference. And no matter my efforts, I cannot hold my own hand throughout the night. Instead, I wish I could hide them from myself, but at the same time, I do have two hands blessed to write these words while they speak of beautiful angels. No, I see angels without wings that the demons ate and subsequently them wounded. They are free falling like me into an abyss, feeling worthless, still trying to believe in purpose, just wanting to reach okay, not even the sublime this time. The creature with four legs who used to look at me with sparkling eyes, knowing when mine were heavy and full of sorrow, she is nowhere near, and there is nowhere to release my tears. The years are catching up to me. I was caught in a gigantic spider web full of thorns, cutting my skin, and I cannot cut out of the suffering from my life. Removed, wishing, but the eraser broke. The pencil a stub, no more words left to be born or liberated, and the thing I believe in the most is not working. Nothing is working. I close my eyes at night, still see the sun blinded by the same rhymes, same mantras. This too shall pass. No, and no. I refute again, no. More than a decade later, counting down the minutes, counting down the seconds. Sick of meds not working. Sick of the broken compass, sick of the needle, sick of faltering, the fault in our stars, they say. And well, I say, I am shooting star, and there is no handbook on how to revive a shooting star. Poet Sophia Falco. Love her deeply and so grateful for her place in this community, and very sorry she can't be here today. Sophia, we love you. Next was Teresa, my dear friend Teresa Gallion, who we have just become so close, and I absolutely freaking adore you. And my favorite part of our conversation was when you shared about the pecan tree. I will never get the image in my head, out of my head, of you sneaking over the fence to the neighbor's side to sneak pecans, because there was a rule that she could only have the pecans on this side of the fence. If they fell on the other side of the fence, they were the neighbors, and she had to leave them alone. And she would sneak over that fence to go get those pecans, wondering if her mama was looking out the window to see her. And that just, I love that. That is so quintessentially you, in your naughty, quirky little character. I just adore you. And that was, I will always hold space for that in my heart. I love it. So thank you for that. Christy Scribbles, I don't know if you are in the room. You spoke so beautifully and eloquently about your mom and your dad. You did your dad poem, and it was just everything. And there was a point where I asked you about, did you inherit your artistic gift from anyone in your family? And you started to say no. And then you're like, wait, I think my mom used to be a writer. And then the idea came up of a mother-daughter collab. And I don't know if you ever got around to doing that. If you haven't, I hope that you'll revisit it, because that is something I know that I would love to hear. So thank you for that. Shaki G. what superlatives have not been said about the amazing, talented artist that you are, Shaki, and a freaking amazing human as well. Um, One of the things that I think really sets you apart in some ways is that you are brilliant at presenting yourself. I ordered your book set and I got this beautiful workbook. It's like a affirmations and learning how to be a better poet. I mean, it's just wonderful. And then I got your hat. Your website is amazing. So you do so many things so well. And this thing, this marketing thing, I mean, it's easy to be ugly when dabbling in a commercial space, right? When business kind of takes over, things can get ugly. The purity of something can be sullied. And I feel like you do the business side of it in a beautiful way that is authentic to you. And it still illustrates your character and your heart. And I just I really appreciate that. I think it's something that all of us can learn if we're interested in stepping into a space to, try to do poetry as our livelihood. So thank you for that. Um, Emily, you remind me of like the salad bar at Whole Foods where everything is delicious and I can't get enough of it and I don't know which thing to try next. You were the first person that I spoke with who had so many broad, diverse interests and so many amazing experiences. And I just wanted to just inhale you. And that was really exciting to see that multifocal, brilliant talent that you have, and you still manage to stay in the road and not be chaotic and stay focused and have that laser vision. And of course, I had Gustav in my ear, because he just adored you. And so he's like, oh yeah, Emily's this and she does this. And I'm like, wow, she's amazing. So it was really wonderful getting to sort of live your life vicariously through our interview. It was really a fun ride. So thank you for that. Um, Marianne, um, at the time that we had our conversation, you were going through, some heavy stuff, and you just were such grace and light and love through that. And I don't know if I pestered you. I kept saying, now, if you don't want to do it, it's okay. It's okay. Because I kept thinking, if she's overwhelmed, if whatever. And we just had such a beautiful conversation. And in some ways, I think maybe what was happening with your family at that time, maybe took the conversation to a level that maybe it couldn't have without that. I don't know, but it was really, really beautiful. And I loved that time with you. And I'm so glad that everything has turned out well. So yeah, good things there. Thank you. Um, Valerie, I don't know if Valerie's in the room. Valerie Lorraine, she Valerie, you are for me, you are the essence of the quality that I feel like every woman in this room has, which is grit. Every single woman in here is a strong woman with a strong point of view, having gone through all kinds of challenges and rising to meet them. And, Valerie's got her own list, and just such grit and strength. And I really appreciate that aspect. And so thank you for sharing that with me. Um, Uncultured Asian um, really crystallized for me how so many women in this poetry space blend art and making art with social space, with social justice causes, with doing actual real life work in the community. And it's like everything sort of weaves together and blends until it's this one sort of braid of beautifulness. And that really crystallized for me with Uncultured Asian. And I don't think she's here in the room, so I won't get to ask her now, but she was doing this beautiful work with kids at the museum. And I hope she's still able to continue that, because it sounded like a really lovely thing to put into the community. That energy and love is really awesome. Anything we can do with kids is this good stuff. Terry Jertson, woman, you are the boss lady at keeping balls juggling in the air and still managing to feed yourself with your poetry. And I think what I learned from Terry is that there's this duality of poetry where we're like healing ourselves and healing others at the same time. It's like food for us to grow and then food for others too. And I don't know of many things that we can do for ourselves that also are healing for other people at the same time. And so thank you for that, Terry. Also have to give like huge props to Terry. When I was in New York, girl was in the car 4 hours to come hang out with Jane and me. Then we got in the car and we went to some other part of New York. I don't remember where it was. Terry would have to tell you where we were to do an open mic. Then we stopped for gas and then she dropped me at my hotel and then went back to near Atlantic City. So she put in probably, I don't know, 8 hours, to this whole thing, just to come see a friend. So far above and beyond and such an amazing soul. Love you, Terry. Who, Queen Liberati. Just saying your name makes me want to cry because I just felt so much of your journey. And you know this, we've talked about this. Um, the power of transformation in action. You embody that for me. And being able to transform yourself beyond what a man sees in us to a place of strength, of knowing what I am worth, what I bring to the table. That interview, if y'all have not seen that interview, Queen, so the way you shared what you shared was just so transformative for me. I can't thank you for that enough. I feel like the strength from where I sit today comes in part from that conversation with you. So
Oh
thank you.
my goodness. Love you.
Love you too. Oh, gifted. I've told you before that the conversation that we had was so special, and I love that poem about your grandmother and how she worked in service so that you would never have to. That sat with me so hard. That was on my heart and on my mind. I was thinking on it. I was thinking on it. And then when Myra came in a few episodes later and shared her journey and talked about her grandmother working on the plantation, y'all just y'all just turned on the light bulb over my head about generational trauma and how powerful that is and what a strong voice it can still be inside someone's head. So thank you for connecting that to my heart. That's a gift. Love you. Jane. Oh my gosh, Jane. You rocked my world, woman. And to have your interview and then Finn, you were the very next week. And I feel like you two are like this beautiful opposite of each other. Because Jane, like you are the sound and the fury. And Finn, you are like this silent assassin. And both of your messages are so incredibly powerful. And they come at you from these different directions. And just having that it was incredible. I appreciate so much the way that highlighted for me that there's room for everyone in this space of poetry. Whatever your voice is, it's valid and worthy and loved and appreciated and needed. So thank you so much for the both of you for being that for me. Escape artist. You know what I'm gonna say. I could do that. I will never forget that quote. That quote is going to sit with me until I exit this earth. And if y'all haven't seen that conversation, that was the statement that she made when she was talking about getting into being a metal worker. Yeah, that sounds like a good job. I could make good money. I could do that. And I thought, what an amazing way to look at the world instead of to look at the obstacles of something, to look at the positivity of it. You can figure out the obstacles later, but to go into something with that positivity of knowing I have what it takes to do this, I have what it takes to learn how to do anything I need to do, and the obstacles will sort themselves out. That was an incredibly powerful conversation. And I feel like I could do that, needs to be on a coffee cup or something, because it's everything. So thank you. Mama Betty. Oh my gosh. The thing that you always hear about Mama Betty in the Instagram spaces, where I don't know if people have had the pleasure and the privilege to hear her really share herself, is how sweet and kind she is. And she is the kindest, most loving person. And it's almost like you want to adopt her as your grandma. You're like, this is this beautiful, sweet lady. And then you get in a conversation with her, like the one that we had here, and you find out she's like an astronaut. I mean, she has done so many amazing things. I can't even quantify. She's just like the original boss lady. She's truly amazing. And that denim riot, where she basically changed everything for her school for girls to be able to wear jeans. What? Yes. I mean, I'm privileged and honored and humbled, to have had that conversation and to know her. She is a light bearer, and we are lucky to have her in this community. Ah, Stacy, I will never forget. See, I'm gonna cry. I will never forget you talking about going on stage, and your dad said, "Go do your job. Go do your job. Lace up your boots and go do your job." I love the fact that you are carrying on the lessons that you learned from your mom and dad, and you're passing them down to us. That is everything. Thank you for being that. Thank you for being a leader and a love as well, because we need both. We need that strength, but we also need that love, and you definitely give it. Just are. You reach people on every creative platform that there is, through your art, through your spoken word, through your music. And I love that you're out there connecting with children and sharing that gift with them. And it just really showed me that there's not just one way to reach someone. And if someone is blessed the way that you are, that you've got a lot of cards in your deck to share those blessings and those messages. And I love it that you do that every day. Thank you for being you. You're a beautiful soul, sister. Diane. I don't know if Diane is in the room. Diane and I really connected to her heart on so many levels, but especially in regard to her mission of helping people who are living in homelessness. Um, I just got her on that level. Everything that she was talking about her good works in the community. Obviously, she's a brilliant poet. Like, I don't even need to say that, because you all know, but just the way that she's out there taking care of people in the community just resonated so strong with my heart. And I just, it was transformative for me. And I will never forget that. So thank you, Diane. Shane, I don't know if Shane is in the room. I have the great fortune of being a personal friend with Shane and get to interact with her on a regular basis. And she is a force of nature. Nemo and I have talked about that many times, that she's just a flipping force of nature. And one of the things that I really love about Shane is how she extracts the beauty out of the trauma that she's lived through, just alchemies that into beauty, and then shares it with young people, and takes the lessons that she has learned and helps kids learn those same things: how to regulate emotion, how to think before you speak, how to think before you act, how to make choices that are on your highest vibration instead of whatever's in your gut to just lash out. she's doing that in the community every single day, and I admire that so much. And I recently had this thought occur to me. I was talking to Nemo, and I said, you know, if you take the first three letters of Shane's name and the first three letters of her last name, it spells shaman. Just saying. Mona, oh my goodness, your conversation blew my mind. I feel like you are helping us push boundaries through the use of beauty and art, and make us think about what could be, what's possible. How do we expand past what we already know? You just did that in such an incredibly beautiful way. And I really feel transformed from having had that conversation with you. So thank you. Thank you for that. See, oh girl, you're my heart. Like healing from rejection, healing from abandonment, healing from all the shit that gets put on us as women if we don't fit into that size 4 pair of pants, right? And you are just a force of nature. You are just so unequivocally, beautifully you, and you are a love and a light, and I just adore you. And I have watched that conversation with you a couple of times, and just I can't stop smiling. I can't stop smiling. So if you ever need somebody to sing a song for you, you know who to call. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I need somebody to sing Demi Lovato Skyscraper for me.
I don't know if I have the range for it, but I'll try. I'll do shitty karaoke for you any day. You're my heart, girl. And last but not least, Denise Washington. I don't know if Denise is in the room. Denise does 24-hour go lives on Instagram, holding space for her social justice causes. And she's not screaming in your face about what she believes in. She's just very quietly and kindly and with this beautiful generosity of spirit, holding space and walking the walk. And she is a true example of lead by example. And I love that. I just feel that so deeply. And I respect her so much from the way she walks her path in this world and tries to help others. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, that's everybody. And again, I just want to say thank you all so much. I feel like I have literally become a better person by having had these conversations with you all. So I can't give you enough flowers for all of it. And Catalyst, or if there's anything you want to add, my love, please feel free to do your thing.
Definitely over the last 6 months, like once a week, I get to meet another amazing woman. Sometimes I've never even seen your face before, and then you show up, and I'm like, I've known you my whole life. It's incredible. Like, I didn't really have access to a lot of like women growing up. I don't know if they were there. I didn't really notice, maybe, but now is like the perfect time, and it's just been everything for me. So each one of you has put a part in here and it's all coming together. So thank you so much for that. Just for everything that you are, that you do, just all of it. Thank you so much.
So we have given you the flowers we wanted you to have, so you know how loved and appreciated and valued you are. So now it's your time. Anyone, if you have something that you would like to share, read a poem, anything you want to say or do, this is your space and you have the floor. And we are here to receive it and love it. So thank you.
Hello, I just want to say thank you to Whisper and Catalyst for creating this beautiful space for all of us. And like Catalyst, I did not grow up around role models or, women who were role model types. So just hearing everybody's story, like going back to everybody's YouTube interview, it's like beautiful. Like everybody's just so fucking beautiful. I hope it's okay. I just wrote this poem that I really wanted to share with you all. I don't know if people got to see my interview, but I was very ill. I'm still very ill. I truly had to fight my body all day just to be here. So I hope it's okay if I just roll this out first and then the floor is everybody's.
Let's go.
But the day after the interview, I did call an ambulance and I did go to the hospital. And unfortunately, it was not a pleasant trip. I was mistreated by not only a patient when I got there, but also nurses. I was left crying in bed the entire time. All they did was take my blood, did absolutely nothing else. And it really fucked with my mental, and then they discharged me. I even told them I don't trust my mental because of what I'm going through, and they left me in the bed to cry myself to sleep. Then I woke up in a panic. So this is pretty much about what I go through physically and mentally. It's called The Day I Wanted to Flatline. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You are worthless. A body like yours is only a burden. Nobody cares about you. You are sick because you're fat. No one will save you. Breathe, breathe. Doctors will never look at you as a patient. Nurses will turn their heads no matter where you go. You are fat and unworthy of any help. Please, breathe, breathe. Do not fight your truth. My darkness will slay all the light inside you. Do not act brave. No matter what you say, they will not believe you. Lick your own wounds. Bandage your scars. Bodies like yours do not belong with the stars. Please, it hurts. Please, it hurts. Fight. Breathe. Breathe. You are wrong. I am worthy. My body does not define my health. Breathe. Fight. It hurts. Fight. Nothing is working. Water will not stay in. Prayer being thrown over your heads. Still sick and queasy, I see. No love for your fat body. Breathe. Fight. Breathe. Breathe fire into my lungs. Life into my eyes. I can feel the passion waiting to catch my ride. Fight. Breathe. Do not flatline. That is God's hug. That is God's love. Breathe. Fight. I will beat this illness on sight. Thank you.
Wow, that is God's hug. Wow. Thank you
Beautiful.
for sharing that.
See, thank you so much
Spider.
for that.
So badass. Look at you go.
Hey
Beautiful.
everyone. I just joined and I didn't hear most of that poem, but I just want to say that like the one line that I did hear was if you will beat this illness on sight. And I don't know what the whole duration of that piece was, but I can tell you like I struggle so much with kidney disease And that just hearing that one line hit me so hard. And I appreciate that.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. We are all fighting something. We just have to remember to breathe and fight.
And I love the back and forth between the voices in our heads that will totally tear us down, and that the positive is still coming in winning. I love that. I love that. It's I know it's a struggle. I do it too. I would imagine so many of us do. And that's boss. Pick ourselves up by our bootstraps and like Stacy's dad used to say, go do your job. Go do your job. Thank you, Steve.
I'm gonna jump in here for a moment. As Whisper mentioned earlier, her and I used to be roommates, and y'all know her from the show, and a few of you know her from, personally meeting her and becoming friends. And she has the kind of heart that not only opens her heart, but opens her home to people. I think we met maybe 3 times in person before you said, well, why don't you just come down here and try to figure things out? She talks about how other folks drove 4 hours to see her and all of the driving. Y'all, I'm getting ready to go on Vision Quest. My friend, Whisper Poet, and Shane are going to drive 9 hours on Saturday. Come spend 3 days with people they don't even know to support me while I'm out in the woods on Vision Quest, and they won't even get to see me until I come back. That's friendship. That's love. And Whisper, in my opinion, personifies love that, is just unconditional and boundless for everyone that she meets. And I feel that it is a privilege and an honor to know her. So I wanted to share that little bit with y'all because she goes above and beyond for all of us all the time, and sometimes we don't even know it. Can I share one quick poem with y'all? I'm only doing it for Whisper because it's her favorite, or one of her favorites. You want to hear about the 80s, Whisper? Ooh, where'd it go? I just had it, y'all. Shit. I gotta get past all the mommy poems and then I'll find it. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Just for you, Whisper. It was the 80s, a time of big hair and even bigger dreams, where the boys of summer proclaimed ain't nobody addicted to love, but an uptown girl swears that love will tear us apart. While West End girls say that having faith and living on a prayer, I found myself running up that hill to dance in the purple rain. Man, I love a rainy night. There's a careless whisper in the air tonight, and this heart of mine is beating frantically because you are always on my mind. And I can't help but think I'd love to lay you down because I can't get enough of you. Your body is an outlaw, and I have that loving you feeling again. And that's all that matters. There's a 1 in a million chance that I will make Amarillo by morning, but I would drink for a chance at holding back the years while listening to every breath you take. I want to dance with somebody. I want to know what love is, and I want to break free and get to the living years because time after time, man eater that you are, your love was atomic, but I'm still standing. Relax. Here I go again with that look of love, because causing a chain reaction, it's true. I need you tonight, and I'm never going to give you up. But even an Englishman, it's dying hard. When the going gets tough, it's another day in paradise, so I'm going home alone to drink me some red wine and listen to Radio Gaga. Thank y'all.
I love that. You know, I love it. And she has one called the 70s, which is like just everything too. Someday you're going to get to the 90s as well. I know. You
Yeah,
probably
I'm
don't.
working. I'm actually working on the, like the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, and then I want to do a spoken word album with some of our local musicians, Dag and whatnot, doing backup, playing some of the snippets of the songs that I'm talking about.
I
I
love
think that would
that.
be a really cool thing.
Love it, love it, love it. And I can't wait to be out there in the woods with you. I got to mix up my bug lotion tonight.
Well, thank you very much for giving me this space and let me share. It's wonderful to be in this room with all you women, and I'm going to take all this great energy from you all out there with me and use it for my prayers. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you, my dukes. Thank you so much. I see hands up.
Yeah,
Whoever was first, go.
kind of formulated a list here, so I'll pop it
Okay, well,
up now.
okay. See, Catalyst always has got a plan. I love it.
Well, I guess it's me then, and I absolutely am delighted to be here today to thank you personally, Whisper, for your entree into the Open Minds, Open Mic family, together with Thomas and Catalyst and our dear departed Gustav. Your support, the support of this particular open mic community has meant so very, very much to me this year. I started my 2024 by relocating to Canada from my beloved island of St. Martin, where I had spent 22 years in the sun. And after just a month in the snow, I had a telephone call on the 3rd of February that no parent, that no one ever wants to have. And I was getting on a plane to Panama because my only child was being moved by air ambulance for brain surgery that would be life-saving. And during that extremely frightening time, I was in touch with Whisper and everyone here. So many of you have become personal poet friends, and I'm so grateful for that. I just wanted to say my personal thanks. Whisper, with the sort of journalism background that I have, I know you to be an extremely gifted interviewer and a person of extreme heart as well. This is a very, very beautiful show, and I have appreciated so much being part of it. If I may, I would share with you a poem that I wrote on the 8th of February, really the first piece that I did while my daughter was still in the ICU in Panama, and it's called Please. I cannot resist the urge to comb my fingers through her hair, to rub my palm across a stubbly lawn, to sift through a robin's nest filled with earth-toned memories, equal parts sand, blood, and L'Oreal, more Honey Thacker than Anna Scott. I stand and sway to the techno beat of life-giving machines, grateful to give her this simple gift. She rouses and murmurs, "Mama, you keep pulling my hair." I choose to think I hear her say, "Please," and I hold fast to each striated strand as her tendrils vine ever closer around my heart. Thank you so much for the opportunity that I had back in March to share that poem with you at Heart of the Artist. And thank you is really all I can say. And it hardly begins to say everything that I feel.
Thank you, Marianne. And it still just amazes me the grace that you showed under that pressure. I can't imagine what that felt like. And we'll be forever thankful that everything turned out okay. Your vibe with your daughter is beautiful. It's a wonderful thing to see. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you.
What you got for us, Shocky?
What you got for us?
Hey, I just wanted to say I'm going to share a piece too, but thank you to Catalyst and Whisper for creating this space and allowing me to be a part of it. Um, I have to say, between this space and Tesoro, which Whisper is now also a part of, um, I'm very thankful because as a mass presenting woman, I don't get to operate in my feminine often. And the fact that you all even think of me uh, when those opportunities arise amazes me. Um, so I'm just very thankful to have been on the show and around so many beautiful women who are just amazing poets, artists, people. Um, but that being said, because, unlike Whisper, I'm not a very sensitive person. I was going to do this poem. You guys probably heard it before, but I think it's a good space for it. I am building a family of poets and poetry lovers. Welcome to my house of sadness, better yet, a sadness factory, satisfactorily mixing pain with metaphor, finding love in closets instead of secrets. I'm holding confidence in my basement and braggadocio in my attic. Humility does not live here. We mistake rows of tombstone for pews, found God in our darkest hour. Grief feels like suffocation. We're just finding ways to fill our lungs with hope. Exhale stanzas of survival, sacrificial lambs and black sheep, burning bush. We be cottonmouth, thirsty for a new kind of love, the likes of which you have never seen. Our love language be rhythm and blues, sonnets and haiku, fresh cracked spines and new book fumes. Looking for a new way to say I love you. So let me say, I love you. Because every message doesn't have to hide behind a rhyme to be poetic. It just has to be spoken. Word. Promises unbroken. I'm building a family of poets and poetry lovers. Look around you. This is family. So, yeah.
Oh, shocking. That's the theme song of the life I want to live for the rest of my life, every day. Thank you for that. Wow.
I want to say stuff, but I have so much to say. Like, you're so amazing, Shocky. I love you. I want you to know that.
I love you too.
Hey, Chucky, isn't it the best feeling to be loved not only in spite of being a masculine presenting woman, but because of it? Like, they hold back nothing. They just love us for us. Y'all don't know what that means.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, most of my life, because of my LGBTQ status and being mass presenting, women have, it's been uncomfortable, right? Like you can't change in the locker room because it makes others uncomfortable. You can't be around other women because they just automatically think you're gonna have a crush on them. Like, so I've so often found my space with men um comfortable, and so the fact that you have accepted me and allowed me to be myself um really means a lot.
I will share with you the words of my dear, dear departed friend, Kelly Kites. He told me once, Brandy, you are absolutely fucking crazy, and I adore you because of it. It was the first time I ever had someone tell me that they loved me, not in spite of me, but because of me. And so I say the thing to you, Shaki, I adore you for exactly who you are.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Shaki G,
Yes, Mama Betty.
I kind of like you.
Oh, that's okay. I'll take a little. I'll take a little bit. I'll take a little bit.
Thank you, Mama Betty, for being here. I'm glad you're here.
Awesome as fuck.
Who's next?
I think I am. Would it be okay? Yeah. I wanted to thank you all, and especially you, Whisper and Catalyst, for fostering this community. And I'm beside myself, really, just thinking that this is happening. And I wanted to say to Marianne that we all were here for you ever since you got that news, and we're all always thinking about you and wishing you the best. And since you and I always talk about moon children, and since next week I'll be turning 51, I wanted to read a poem, one of my favorite poems by my favorite poet, Lucille Clifton. Would it be okay? Yeah. I think this will resonate perhaps with many of us in the room. There is a girl inside. There is a girl inside. She's randy as a wolf. She will not walk away and leave these bones to an old woman. She is a green tree in a forest of kindling. She's a green girl in a used poet. She has waited, patient as a nun, for her second coming, when she can break through gray hairs into blossom. And her lovers will harvest honey and thyme, and the woods will be wild with the damn wonder of it.
Wow. Oh my gosh, Mona, I see why you love that poem. It's beautiful. I think she's you. I think that girl is you.
Oh, well. You only turn 51 once, right?
I hope you have an amazing birthday. And Debbie, do you guys have this? Debbie's turning 64 next week. What days have we got here? Do we have a same day birthday going on?
I'm the 10th.
Soul sister. I'm the
Are
10th.
you- Oh my goodness, Debbie.
Oh my goodness.
Well, happy birthday, sister.
Happy birthday.
Love that. Well,
Thank
cake
you.
for you both. Cake instead of spankings. Thank you, Mona. That was a beautiful read. Thank you. That was Lucille Clifton, you said? I want to look her up.
Lucille Clifton, There Is a Girl Inside. Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you. Emily, I think you're next, my love.
Cool. Was Stacy gonna read? I thought Stacy was gonna read.
Yeah, I had Stacy on next.
I'm sorry. Catalyst, I need to just let you do what you do so well. Sorry about that.
Emily, honey, you are more than welcome to go ahead. Knock yourself out. I want to hear you.
All right, cool. I will graciously accept the mic if you are offering it. Yeah, Whisper, Catalyst. This was I think the interview that I did for Heart of the Artist was probably one of my favorite ones I've done. And this was around the time when Queen of Swords had just come out, and I was doing a lot of them. And what I really loved about it was just the warmth and the authenticity and the fun. It didn't even feel so much like an interview. It just felt like a really great conversation with a really cool and smart friend. And I felt just really seen too. You have a knack for just making people really feel like they can just be their full selves and be seen and appreciated for it. And that is such a gift. And I'm really grateful for you to be creating that for all of us. And sort of in the same kind of, trust in the process, fly by your pants spirit. I'm going to do a little bibliomancy from my book to determine what's going to be read. So if folks can give me a number between 1 and 151, I will read hopefully whatever the group needs to hear.
10. It has to be 10.
10. All right, 10. What was, did I hear another one? Okay, 10. Okay, this is kind of in the middle of a poem, but I'll read something that starts on 8. It's called Hurricanes. I am through dodging hurricanes, though the climate may be lovely, and the sand and soil and rivers glitter full of mica memories. There comes a point when you can't keep pulling up tent stakes, hefting on exhausted shoulders, bags you've repacked and restuffed to fit again and again. Tearing down every shelter you've built flimsy, ironically, appropriately, because you know you won't stay there for long. I am done keeping eyes always trained on the horizon, shoulders tensed at every looming cloud or changing wind, never knowing when a drizzle could devolve and ripple outward and become a whirlpool that will suck you in. And the road on which you flee might spool romantically, but can't replace a place inside. I've left so much, I've even lost its name. Deserves an invasive species, harsh and foreign on this island, but needs a fruit imported that I'm rolling on my tongue. And I need better than this life I've come to live. Amphibious, ambiguous, twixt shaky ground and rising waters, draining outward, bleeding from within. I've abandoned chasing storms. It's not worth it anymore. And I'm ready for my rain dance to reverse. Spiraling out instead of downward, I'll spin calm within the eye. Sacred geometrics whirling like a dervish. One palm up to catch the stars that fall into my hands like raindrops. Commanding, not imploring heaven's grace. Half believing, never knowing, but with every footstep hoping the path ahead ends in a better place. Thank you.
Ooh, I felt that so much. Yeah.
Wow. Blah.
That is still moving through me. You have such a visceral quality to your poems. I feel like every time I hear you read something, I feel it move through my body. It's, oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Oh, I gotta go for like a run or something now. I'm so full of energy. That was amazing.
I know.
I need to
Is
come
this
to
not the
Emily in the
dopest
morning.
thing ever? Is this not the coolest thing ever? All these amazing women in here, and thank you guys. It's so much. Oh yeah.
Okay, next we have Stacy, and I added Mama Betty to the list against her will. I don't know. I just want to hear from her.
Okay. So, first of all, Whisper, thank you for this. I have been needing words, and particularly women's words, really, really badly for the last couple of days. So this is letting me get my breathing back. Speaking of which, we're all talking about breathing. And so I'm going to read an old piece that addresses that very thing, because quite honestly, ladies, the harsh tides are coming and we need to be ready. Thing about it is that sometimes we forget to be ready for ourselves. So that being said, a butterfly trembled along the edge of my finger. I will get in trouble for this poem.
because so many people are so invested in me bearing the standard of my culture and gender, including me. Convinced that my life is not meant to be separate, that my strength, my resolutions are half of what holds the world together, the way and why of how I love is the other half. A Cassandra birthed by perseverance, attitude, and the lyricism of a million different promises. I do not have the luxury of saying, no, thank you. And if the battle sounds ceaseless and unending, that's because it is. But sometimes I have to breathe just for me, sing just for me, and ignore the fire news from all my sister girls' battlefields. Be beautiful, be intelligent just for me. And today, butterfly landed and trembled along the edge of my finger, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down. I know. I know. I know I should be fighting, praying, working. I understand what I owe my life as a Black woman. I understand the call in my blood toward gospel-stained windows and pews washed in sunlight and salvation. I know I owe my career, my life, to the women who knelt in those pews or ones like them after a day of being on their knees, feeding their children, patting their backs, thighs, and shoulders so that that sack of groceries did not cut and chafe, so that that child had one soft place to lay down her head, so that they could relieve the ache of holding the sky and half the world every now and again. Lord, I know there is a debt to be honored. I know. I know. But today, a butterfly trembled along the edge of my finger, and I took a breath, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down, and the world did not fall down. I should be on my knees, praying till angels' wings are broken from the exhaustion of carrying my messages. I should be marching, marching, marching in a tide of righteousness against people who will not acknowledge the rights of others or think they own other folks' decisions. I should be on stages shouting my truth, singing my hopes, telling stories for the brains and hearts worldwide who are empty, aching, hungry, tired, waiting for a chance to speak. And I do, I will, I shall, like every other woman in this world. We do, we will, we shall. But some days, not many, some days, a butterfly, shivering color and light and scented of small miracles, falls gently out of the sky and explores an entire world in the palm of your hand. And between one stroke and the next, you can hear your song for just a minute, your heart beating for just a minute, your soul warming just enough to take you through the day for just 1 minute. Breathe. Breathe. Breathe sister, breathe warrior, breathe mother, daughter, love, accept the blessing, just stop. Let a butterfly tremble along the edge of your finger. The children will be fed, work get done, your loves loved. It will be done because it has always been done. You know this. Accept this. Stop for just that one moment. Breathe. Stop for just that one moment. Breathe. Stop for just that one moment. Breathe. Stop for just that one moment. Stop. Breathe. And the world will not fall down, and the world will not fall down, and the world will not fall down.
Oh, I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. Thank you, Stacy. The world will not fall down. We just get to breathe for a minute. Yeah.
Stacy, it just so happened I have on the back here, Sweet Honey in the Rock on my screen.
Yes.
And one of my favorite songs from Sweet Honey in the Rock is Breathe. So if you guys get a chance, check out Sweet Honey in the Rock, Breathe, Breath. It's just beautiful. Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, love.
My cup is so full right now. Like it is just, it's everything.
Yes. Oh gosh. First, I want to say thank you to Whisper Poet and Open Mic for giving us a platform that allow our voices to be heard in a safe space with love and celebration. It means so much because sometimes we're not always heard in other spaces, but here I know that we are. So I thank you. And I'm going to try to get this out. I've got issues. I've got issues. I've got issues. Loss is more than a state of mind. Loss from yourself and the abyss of the black hole. Suffering from whom they say how they discern who they think you should be. They don't really want to see the fragments of our makeup, thickness of our skin, knees that bend down, bounce our back up, the broken umbrellas that flow in the wind. They can't see the tears behind the fall each time, directional stray from the path gone wrong, swollen eyes that won't allow you to see the way that you should, wondering why did they have to leave? When will I be enough? Love should be easy. Where is the white picket fence? The road less traveled is lonely. If only I could just breathe for one day without a care in the world. Faithful to none other than me, just me. Choosing to hug and love the misery out of me, love all of me. But I've got issues. So I wear this painted on smile and I write, and I write, and I write.
Oh gosh, Gifted, I swear. You make me cry and smile at the same time. And I love it. There's nothing better than that. Ooh, smiling through tears. That's the best.
Man, Gifted, your voice is like a Negro spiritual. I love it. It just puts me in a nice space.
Thank you guys. Even today, when I'm not feeling my best, I love you guys. Thank you.
Love you so much, my friend. You are, oh, you my heart, girl.
Okay, Queen, are you ready?
Oh yes, thank you so very, very much, guys. I couldn't get off of here without saying thank you for the platform and the space to both you, Whisper and Catalyst, for putting on such an amazing, amazing event for us women to be free to express ourselves without any limitations or hesitations. I want to also extend mad love to everyone else who is in the building, because we are better together no matter what. There's so many issues that we all face as women, and a lot of times I think women are harsh to each other. And in this space, what I'm finding is that love exists amongst us. You know what I mean? No matter where we are from, backgrounds, weight sides, masculine, feminine, it doesn't matter. We are all one. We are a conglomerate. We are a moving machine. And I'm just grateful to be a part of this union. Thank you so very much. Again, it was an immense pleasure meeting you in person, Whisper. Hope to see you soon. I want to just share a piece that I wrote a couple of weeks ago, and I just hope it touches someone. Give me 1 second, because it's not. I have to go off here to get it, but I'll still be in the Zoom.
While you're
All
while
right.
you're doing that up, I'm gonna just lay some flowers on you. So first of all, thank you so much. I didn't really understand like the effort it takes to go from place to place in New York. Like it's a thing, and North Carolina, you just jump in your car and bebop on down the road and there you go. And oh my gosh, it feels like a Mario game to get where you need to go in New York. And Queen Liberati surprised me. I had posted in that open mic that I was going to be at a specific place. Or sorry, I had posted in our chat in Instagram that I was going to be at this open mic at a certain place. And she showed up out of nowhere. And I don't think it was in the same borough. I think I was in Manhattan, and I think Queen, maybe you came from Brooklyn.
No, I definitely live in Manhattan too. I came from the other side, but I definitely lived in Manhattan. But I could not have you in Manhattan and not say hi. That's just
Well, you Super
disgusting.
Mario'd your way over to where I was, and like I turned around and there you were, and I just like I had to cry because that's what I do. But I was so excited to see you, and it was so sweet of you to come there and just vibe. And I wish that we had had time to just do that instead of the open mic thing, because the open mic thing was kind of like, I don't know. They were comedy people, not poets. They did not understand what I was trying to do. But any mic is a good mic because it's good experience. So
Definitely.
I got to perform in front of you, my friend. So
And I
thank you.
was so proud to be there. It was beautiful as always. Thank you so much. In and Out the Way, guys. It's a brand new piece. I've only read it maybe 2 times. So here we go. This is called Hanging on the Tree Out Back. Okay. Hanging on the tree out back. I woke up brand new, spotless, clean slate, newborn like a baby miracle. I don't do what I used to do. To my own self, I became true. I realized there's so much God has in store, and it's all in plain view. So much more of this world I can explore, I can evolve, I can even change too. When one door closes, God opens up another door where I'm tolerated. I don't go there no more. I don't play there no more. I don't lay there no more. I don't stay there no more. He can't bounce his body on top of mine no more. I ain't no whore. I ain't no slore. I ain't no prostitute neither. I ain't the best to you, but I ain't less than your best or beneath her. I gotta put you on. I am Bonita. Beautiful, the translation from Spanish to English. I am a new creature. You can't recognize me. I've got new features. No plastic surgery, just the blood upon me. I done changed interest. I walk different. You will never catch me slipping or see me coming in the same entrance. I talk different. You will never get me. We don't speak the same language. I act different. I keep it a buck. You're just pretending, barely making sense. You're chasing clout and popularity, following trends and friending. I am my own crew. I move dolo. I'm the only one I hang with, the only one I bang with. I choose solo because I'm the only one I sang with. Alto, tenor, soprano, the keys to where me, myself, and I reside in perfect harmony. Alone, I am a choir and a symphony. I am music to the ears of those that choose to listen to me. I am a walking, living, breathing melody, whistling to my own tune, drumming to my own beat, laughing out loud, living and loving, enjoying every minute with me. I walk alone because misery loves company, and miserable I ain't finna be. I don't argue with myself unless I don't want to be me. That's where I draw the line. Get back in place. Remind myself that's the reason I came in the first place was to be me. Simple like that. Alpha, I don't need a pack. I'm a harpy eagle. I'm fly like that. But don't get it twisted. My tribe is everywhere I'm at. One snap and my squad will appear like stat. Poets coming out like bats, like magic, pulling rabbits out of hats with their lyrical prowess and spiritual powers. Because alphas see alphas. We don't play like that. Alphas salute each other. We out in the field like that, soldiering on heavy combat, being militant in the pursuit of happiness, pen on like a Smith and West. When we shoot, we don't miss. Anything meant for our demise is put to death. Pen my sword, pen my bayonet. I started this poem with I woke up brand new. I don't think you want to play with that. By any means necessary, I'm staying where I'm at because I'm built like that. If you're looking for the old me, she's gone. That's a fact. Depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, and whatever else you'd like to add could be found hanging on the tree out back. Queen Liberati. And that's that piece.
God, I got chills. Yes. Oh my God.
It's like a hot lady Tupac. That was badass.
And my favorite line was near the beginning when you said, I became true, like your own true version of yourself. Oh man, that piece.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Queen.
Sorry, that was just too much fire. I will need a minute or a decade or a century. That was all the fire it will ever need to be.
My goodness. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
That was so fire. Oh my God. Still freaking out. Okay, Teresa, I think we got you next.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't gonna read, but I decided this is probably the appropriate time to make Whisper cry. She's my beautiful crybaby, and I love her dearly. And we have established an amazing bond. We do a lot of talking on the phone, and she doesn't know that I wrote this piece for her just before I went to Canada. So, and I've been holding it. So I decided this would be a good time to read it. It's called Wisdom Notes for the Whisper Poet. The coming and going of clouds tell stories that some may be able to hear. Take time to rest and contemplate God's love in a bird chirping, sunrise over your camp, flowers running in a mountain meadow, water lyrics of a river flowing past. All have teachings engraved in clouds. The natural order of things are clustered in those moving clouds. The time and place for you is now. Grasp and hold it for a second. Let the emotions flow into the wind. Revelations come after the rain in the colors of the rainbow. Study each color with gratitude and reverence. Sometimes we must walk in the dark to get to the light. It strengthens our spiritual potential to expand and grow. Soul develops and unfolds with hardship, for life is a jungle walk and a garden walk. Embracing life to the fullest so you do not stunt your growth. That is a heavy suitcase to carry. The struggles you face are growth opportunities. Always listen for the sounds of God and nature. This expands your soul with golden wisdom coins. Love and open your heart to God's love. 1,000 tales are singing next to your pillow while you sleep with indigo dreams. When your body awakens in harmony with soul, know that you are bathed in spiritual light. Your soul whispers in your ear 1,000 messages of a love, dear whisper poet. Listen, listen. Thank you.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Teresa.
Oh my gosh, Teresa, I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much. That was absolutely beautiful.
So beautiful.
And it means everything that you love me enough to give me that wisdom. And I receive it.
You're such a beautiful soul whisperer. I've been working on writing something to pull at your heartstrings on purpose. And everyone here recognizes the fact that you are a beautiful soul and that you express so much love for everyone. And that is deeply appreciated. I love you dearly. Bless you.
I love you too, my friend. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Okay, Jane, where are you at, Jane? Are you ready, Jane? I'm ready for some Jane.
I'm ready. Although I don't know if anybody should go after that one, Teresa. That should be the end. But you're going to hear my piece. Pour your imagination into mine. I will inspire. I am the dream seller, the heartbroker. Grant you every earthly wish that you desire. I was born on the wings of the wind, hitched a ride on a shooting star. I'm the day tripper, the night rider. I cast spells from here to far. I summon stars to the darkest heavens, so the moon can find her way. Je suis la sorcière, la bruja, la curandero. Conjure night skies into day. I coax rainbows from sad clouds crying, invite the planets to eclipse. I'm the palm reader, the fortune teller. Turn your miseries to bliss. I can dream your tomorrow sunsets, breathe color to the land. I am the wish dealer, the magic maker. Aurora Borealis is a dream I had. So won't you come here to my mountain and dig the groove I spin? And I'll send you back with a pocket full of stardust and your name whispered on the lips of the wind. Peace, poets.
Oh my God, Jade. Oh shit, that was epic.
That was fun. That was fun. It's a very old piece, y'all. I wrote that like forever ago, but it's one of my favorite pieces.
Amazing.
Me
Thank
too.
you so much for reading that. Like, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, my
me
head's still
too.
spinning around on that one. It's gonna spin for a while. Yes.
Okay, I think we got Mama next. I put Mama on the list. I want to hear from you, Mama Betty. Yeah, I put you on it. I just did. I just wanted to hear from you a little bit.
You want to hear me now?
I want to hear you now.
Oh, okie dokie. Anyway, first giving props to Whisper and Catalyst. Such a wonderful, amazing platform. And to all the sisters, no matter the hue, the color, nationality, religion, grateful for all of you. such a warm and loving feeling to be. Now it's cold in this goddamn room where I'm sitting, but it's warm here. It's warm here. And I didn't know what to read, but I chose this one. And I had the honor, supreme honor, of Jane's spoken word reading this a couple of Saturdays ago. Does God write poetry? We are living vessels, brilliance of sunlight, a moon at night, seeds becoming flowers, juke joint tapping mamas, letting go of a Holy Ghost holler. Old men with knitting needles and middle-aged women with fishing rods on riverbanks, silent in contemplation. Young men expecting their fathers, mothers, grandchildren, grateful for ripening fruit in the bowels, wombs of God's creation. We are wind, rain, bristling cold, fall, spring, autumn, summers on hold. We are our neighbor's children with giggling, flower-colored hair, dancers smooth aligned, sophisticated, debonair. We are breath, simmering, audible movement, a mother's fingers clutching magic. We're earth, sky, water in the picture at bedside. Midwives waiting on a signal, phrase from heaven. A downpour, a shower, flowing in cursive. We are songs of welcome, poetry from God's pen. Does God write poetry? I think he does. And that's that poem. Got the slippers.
That was awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yes. Oh,
Mama
so
Betty, I
much beautiful
swear, I
energy.
listen to you and it's like I feel like I am just receiving deep wisdom. Like you feel your words and your delivery. It's like you know that you're hearing something really important and you just want to be still and not even move so that you receive every nuance, every syllable, every phrase, every second of it. It's incredible. I can't imagine what it's like for your children and your grandchildren to sit with you in person and hear you read and hear you share and hear you cuss. I love it so much.
My grandma worried the hell out of me, so let's go there.
Thank you so much for being a part of our community and for sharing your life lessons, your wisdom, your kindness, your heart. You're everything. Thank you so, so much. Thank you for
I
taking.
kind of liked it. It was okay.
Y'all two got me dying laughing over here.
Has everyone gotten a chance to share that would like to?
I'm not getting any more requests, so I think we got everyone. Unless I missed somebody, which is impossible, but I don't think so.
And I know we have some fellas in the room. Y'all, if y'all, I hesitate to say it this way, but if y'all would like to speak now, you may.
Oh, let's hear it, Bear. Let's hear from you, Bear. We would love to hear a poem.
I'm in my office working, so I'm going to keep my camera off. Seeing beauty in person. This is for each and every one of you. Thank you for being the strong women in my life that I never had growing up. Seeing beauty in person. If beauty were a person, she would exist within infernos, the fiery passions of volcanic flows scorching the skies of Mercury. If beauty were a person, she would be clouded in mystery, a necessary protection from predators who seek to prey upon her inner Venus heat. If beauty were a person, she would soar aloft as free as falcon flights, adrift on endless wind currents, caressing the clouds of earth. If beauty were a person, she would walk statuesque, solid mountain giant across vast moonscapes and valleys rivaling those of Mars. If beauty were a person, she would loom larger than all, draped in gaseous forms that keep her veiled from the naked eye, released only in storms that ravage Jupiter's hidden landscape. If beauty were a person, she would never have need for the rings of men. Her radiance would overcome their gravity, encircling the entirety of any Saturn. If beauty were a person, her orbits would criss and cross without any type of loss, gaining only the courage and certainty of the planetary twins Uranus and Neptune. If beauty were a person, there would be no debate. Frigid, frozen fears would be dwarfed by her ability to be seen, no matter what any others may deem what she should be. Planetary, plutonic, or not, that is her decision, not yours. If beauty were a person, she would soul shine so brightly that all other versions would orbit around her, the center of all light and energy given freely so that all things could live in harmony. If beauty were a person, she would be you, and you, and you, and you, and you. One continuously spiraling celestial spirit, an entire solar system of passions, mystery, freedom, vast expanse, ravaging storms, radiance, and courage, deftly defying any definitions created by men. Thank you all for being who you are and doing what you do and sharing this universe and giving me permission to speak, ladies. Thank you.
That was a beautiful offering. Thank you so much.
That was amazing. I felt like several times that I was hearing voices of some of the writers in this room. I could feel channeling. It was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well done, sir.
Good night, y'all. Thank you for the space.
Thank you,
Catch you all next time. Peace, my sisters and my brothers.
Love you, Jay.
Thank you, Jane, for being here so much. I am just overwhelmed. I mean, my cup is so full right now. I'm floating on a cloud. This has been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to spend time with each of you. Thank you for taking the time to be here with us, to share and to receive the messages from each of us. It's absolutely just, I don't even know what to say.
Can I force some Kanto to read something?
Yeah.
Some Kanto. Gabadela.
I was just listening, actually. Yes,
Alright,
thank you so much for sharing your poetry. I truly appreciate it.
What about Nemo? You there, Nemo?
I am driving, so I'm just here to listen and support and be deeply, deeply inspired. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Park Willian. You're here at like every one of our interviews. I love that. Thank you so much for being such a supporter.
Thank you. Just listening today. I'm sorry I got here so late. I lost track of the time.
That's okay. We love you. Oh, Terry has her hand raised. Terry, we are ready for you, Terry.
Can I read? I wrote this about my children. It's called Ode to My Babies. First one, dark-eyed, bushy black hair, resembled a troll doll. She didn't know that it would all fall out, leaving you bald for a while. Big, toothless, grinning at your mother, but she thought you were the most beautiful baby in the world. Unbeknownst to her, every parent feels this way about their children. You were her only boy. As she grew, her heart grew, surpassing the love she felt for herself. She never thought that could ever happen. The two became buddies, going everywhere together as she wanted to show him the world. And they would laugh at the same things and could have heart-to-hearts about life. You were her heart. Just when she thought her womb was on permanent vacation, a second baby made his way into the world. Sparkling blue eyes, bold, rounded, pale skin, so much the opposite of your brother. You were the second baby that no one was fighting for. You were her utter, astonishing miracle and her golden boy. As you grew, she grew. As she grew, she knew that you had a special bond, growing even closer than she was with your brother. She was your father and mother. Perhaps this is why the unbreakable bond. When you moved out with your girlfriend, a piece of her left with you, and she had to tell herself this was what was supposed to happen. She did her job. Within a few months later, he returned stating that it wasn't working out. She could feel your heartbreak. She hated to see you suffering. She also wanted to protect. That never fully leaves. She read somewhere that when a mother gives birth, that some of the DNA of the child stays inside the DNA of the mother. This love feels like that.
Thank you, Jerry. That was absolutely beautiful. I love it when people share pieces about their kids, and that was so, so sublime. That is so cute. You're talking about how they look so different. I imagine are they opposite in personality too, I'm guessing?
Not really, no.
No? I think, did you come in a little bit late? Did I see you at the beginning?
I came in early, but then, well, sort of early, a few minutes late for me is early, but I had a phone call I had to take, so I had to get off and then come back in.
Okay. Well, anybody who came in late, if you didn't see the beginning of the show, please, if you have a chance, go back and check it out on YouTube, because I wanted to share with each of you how much you've meant to me, how much your words have meant. Just to spent the time sharing our conversation. It was everything. And I just want each of you to know how incredibly smart and beautiful and power and wise and clever and funny and amazing each of you is. And I feel damn lucky to have had the experience of meeting every single one of you. So thank you for that gift. It is beyond compare. Truly.
We love you, Whisper, and we love you, Catalyst.
We love you too.
And it's not been said yet, but please let me take a minute to just praise Catalyst. From the moment we started this and she popped out with these absolutely stunning graphics for each of your shows, and they're just heavenly. They're so, so beautiful. And I have to brag on her about that. And she's working on something. If any of you is interested in having a commemorative item, like a coffee cup or a t-shirt or something like that, she's working on something in her Etsy store where she can source that for you so that you can have your own commemorative. Yeah.
I thought it'd be pretty cool if we could all sit around and drink coffee with our little coffee cups.
Yeah, right.
That would be
Yes.
so cute. You know what you could do too, Catalyst? You can make notebooks.
Yeah. The one spot I have, it has access to like all kinds of stuff. Like we could have shower curtain. You could have your own shower curtain if you wanted. Like get into it.
That's cool. That is so cool.
Finn, did you want to jump
You
on
know,
the mic?
Catalyst, I'm working on a coloring book, but I think that you, because of all of your designs and stuff, you should do a coloring book too. That'd be really cool.
Yeah. I kind of am a living coloring book right now, but I could make one.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
I love
Good idea. Finn, did you want to take the mic for a minute or two, or 10, or forever, please?
Oh, I don't want to keep you guys too long. I keep on going back and forth. I was just going to listen and absorb all the love and the lessons that you guys are sharing today. And then something about what Bear shared was kind of very kismet, and it was the universe speaking to me because his poem spoke to my poem. And then afterward, I was just like, nah, I'll just listen. I'll just listen to you guys. This is very nourishing. It's enough just to listen. So thank you.
I saw your face. I was watching you while he was reading, and I was like, oh, I love seeing that when another poet is digging another poet. And it's just so exciting to watch that. I want everyone to have space. If anybody else has anything else to add, please jump in. Denise, Denise. I'm so excited to see if she can get connected. If you have not met Denise, she is an absolutely angelic soul. She's just a doll. She's a love. And she works so hard to put love and light into this world. And I don't know if she can get connected or not. We did her conversation on Instagram because of connection issues. So we don't know if she can get connected or not. Denise, if you can hear us, we love you. Looks like nobody else. Oh, fingers crossed.
I like how she walks into the room and we're all just like staring at her like, hi.
I guess oh, there she, okay. These squares jump around. It's sometimes hard to follow where someone moved to. Denise, we can see your square. You're muted. Can you hear us?
We got a hello and a love to all from the chat from Denise.
I'm so glad you were able to make it in. It's wonderful to have you in the space. And I'm sorry we have such connectivity challenges. Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like we might all be talked out, but thank you again. I cannot thank you enough. My cup is full. I want to take this feeling with me into the rest of the week. Oh, Mama Betty, yes, please.
I just want to say two things. First, to Denise, I wish you all could see Denise. If we could write a poem about a smile, he has one of the most beautiful. Don't you agree, Whisper? Denise Washington has one of the best smiles you can see, and you can feel it when she comes on the screen. That smile just takes the soul. And then the catalyst. I look at your graphics; they seem to be all hearts. That'd be wonderful on some fabric. I sew, and I can see that in the caftan or a tunic or two-piece outfit. But think about putting your graphics on fabric. Even.
Definitely.
More than a t-shirt, but fabric. That's what I just want to say. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate the support. I got some stuff cooking up. But before we do end this, I really do want to hear from Finn. So, Finn, could you please bless us with some magic? I'd love to hear from you. We're pushing you a little.
Sure. Since both of you and Miss Stacy, when Miss Stacy asks, it is a must. So, okay, I will share. But before I do, I just want to really, really give profound thanks to both Whisper, my Pisces sister, and to Catalyst. And also, this is for a rainy day, for heavy days, whenever you, my sisters, and even my brothers are feeling really low and not feeling worthy of the world, worthy of yourselves, please remember that you are a miracle, you are miraculous. The universe put you out here for a reason. So this goes out to all of you. This is called The Odyssey, Two Fish Swimming. I don't have a favorite with my poems, but this is somewhat of a favorite, if you could call it. Will you become crystalline in the constellations? With me, I am goddess divine of love and fervor, of chaos and nightmare. Won't you swing with me, tempting a brooding Neptune to leap from his murky depths, to swallow me as I sat astride him, and teasing a stern Jupiter to compress my heavenly body beneath his mighty heft. I am of Hethra and Kraken. Heads multiply and limbs wind around your neck. Are you in awe, voyeur mortal, as we combust into newborn bands of light, leaking primordial lust? Ecstasy is contagious. Cronus erases the meaning of time as we rewind, move forward, and return. Infinite deaths and rebirth in our cosmic embrace. We are making sweet space music as we pass siren tales, catching upon stars' edges, bringing you along with us in our cosmic whirl as we merge these titans anatomica. All the universe scrambles to take communion on the last drop of ambrosia. I am of Toulouse. I dance with the shadows that mock the hollows in the trees where mother birds stored threads of borrowed golden fleece, and of Selene wishing companions into being so Eos would not have to pine for craven humans. And I have felt the cool of being dead and of morta, wedded to the ground, washing every upturned face pale in the light of the moon. Can you imagine the color that we create as we dance across a waning star on its way to join kindred heroes in the sky? I long to know if it worries you at all, this revelation that all 9 muses conceived their own release in the pool that held Venus captive. Were you there, bearing witness in the beginning when she shaped their souls in the wet sand that lapped at the foamy waters of her overflowing breast? When you awoke shipwrecked, which of my fathoms did you pretend you conquered and claimed, you treading on the shallow end? You who feared the maelstrom, saying my sea green looked peaceful, unspoiled, should remain supine to kiss your feet as you hide among lilac clouds. Come out and play, baby boy creation. I have parted the ocean and land. History records how Calypso tossed you your sparks and bolts, ego salad on her waves. Who is the one who would not let go? Passion is obsession, is deception, is compassion. She lulls tropical storm whispers into your flattered ear. Circe could care less, could care more, has cared more. What does it matter to you, mother, sister, lover? You want the whole fantasy when you cannot see the enchantress above for the sea nymph below. And now you find yourself too addicted. Little boys playing at seafaring heroes find in the end that they cannot leave. While you slumbered and ignored the weather. Lover, I changed my visage 3 times before you awoke, 3 more times as you walked away. Why does cowardice make you believe every divinity in creation is the Janus-faced monster crossing your path? We are women, only women. And because of this, you weep. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you so much for reading.
Thank you for reading, Finn. I was trying really hard not to force people to do something they weren't in the mood to do. And I'm so glad that everybody else was pushier than me. Thank you. I swear, woman, you were Scheherazade in a former life. That's all I'm saying.
Now you're gonna make me cry. Oh God. I just love that. I love that. I love that storyteller. It just, yeah. Just, Scheherazade, don't say that. I
You
feel
are
like that.
storyteller supreme, my love. You are.
Ah,
Oh my goodness.
okay, this made me happy. More than a little happy. Lots of happy. Okay, that's all.
Thank you. If there is no one else who wants to share, I would like to take us out with a poem. It's one that I read the other night in the memorial for our friend Gustav. It's a poem that I wrote when Coach Jaw and Mr. Witz and Nemo and Shane and I were all together at an open mic, and Jim Love, and Jim was up on the stage performing. And you know, when the writing muse hits, you got to listen to the muse, right? So I grabbed my little notebook and I started writing while he was on the stage. And it's about feeling so loved and embraced in this community of poets. It's about finding your chosen family. And you are all of that to me, and I know that we are all of that for each other. And that is such a beautiful and powerful thing. So thank you all for being my family. Thank you all for being a family for each other. So I'll take us out with this. This is called The View of the Heavens. When you look up at the sky at night, what do you see? When Ra has slipped away to blaze his glory down on the opposite curve of the earth, upon the sunburned cheeks of a billion souls, and the moon is romancing the wave on distant shores. I look up, and the sky is velvet, blue so black, a black so blue I can feel the softness of its hue, as if I could reach up and wind it around me, luxuriate in its infinity, with Orion's belt round my waist, and the Milky Way falling in waves of grace to my hips, the Pleiades a coronet of stars like diamond fire, each one with the facets of a beloved face. It drapes me in love, this heart blanket woven from cosmic lace. You are what I see when I look at the night sky, your arms wide open to embrace, voices in chorus across time and space telling me you are home. Thank you all. And thank you, everyone in YouTube world, for sharing this amazing episode of The Heart of the Artist with us, our 6-month reunion show. I hope that you've had the opportunity to see how amazingly brilliant each of these women is, and so special and so wonderful. Ooh, follow them on social media and soak up all the good vibes. Peace, love, and poetry.
Thank you, everyone. I love you all.
Love you guys.